there, Chipuff here, and welcome back to another episode of ESOventure. As I mentioned in the last one, I want to take a minute to go ahead and go over Fel's skills. I haven't really looked at her skills. I don't really know much about the Maven skills anyway. But we've got our points to use, and I might as well do that because it'll make killing things easier. So just like any other game really, but definitely any other MMO, we do have our skills that are available. So I could push K to bring it up, or I can just click on it. And here we go. This is our little skills screen. Active skills, those are the ones that you've learned. So after you learn them, you can just drag them to your, either you've got a sidebar over here that expands 3 times. Let me move the tracker over here. So you can see how many spots you get here. And you've also got a hotbar down at the bottom. So these, you can see the shortcut keys are just the number keys, whereas only this first row is on the the function keys as a shortcut. The rest, you just have to click. But you can drag them out if you needed to. You can put a number of things on these bars, different items like health potions and things you can put over here. Later on, you can even put signets, so things that you can use to upgrade your character with more health or more defense. Goes inside your ether skill bar thing over there. I'll get to that later. It starts to get a little bit, I won't say confusing. It's not confusing. It's just more involved. But I'm just going to start out slowly because we're just learning about this character. So I won't get too much into that. But I think you could put anything on these bars, anything that you might want to use. So we're going to go ahead and learn some skills. Active skills, nascent skills. These are the ones I think I forgot to mention in the character creation. Might have mentioned it later, but these are the ones that you learn along with your birthday. So remember, I gave her the birthday of October 31st just to be silly. Oops. You can change it, but based on whatever birthday you've chosen, it will change what skills you learn as you level up. But I think you learn it at level like every 10 levels. I think it told us, but I wasn't really paying attention. So anyway, so I've learned my first one, Hermetic Winds. Vigor is this green bar. Yeah, okay, green bar. So it uses 100 vigor, has a cooldown of 30 seconds, and it helps me increase speed. So some of them are passive and can be pretty helpful. Some nascent skills use the dust. Remember, I was picking up the dust, decided not to. Some of them will use dust that you need to have stocked up to cast. I am trying to think on any of my characters. Since I wasn't really big into PvP, I know there are some that do stuns or can lower your affinities. There are other things that it can do. I don't really use them, so I'm sure that there are some that are really kind of helpful, but they're definitely not as helpful as your class skills. Clan skills, I'm not in a clan right now, but if you're in a clan, it doesn't have to be within an alliance, you can, there are different skills that you can get that's shared throughout all of your clan members. So like one of them is a buff you can use I think it's every hour, that increases like strength and intelligence. One that's a passive is that you share experience with everyone in your clan. So if you got a high level out, leveling up all the time, your little lower level people just keep farming that experience from no matter where they are. So it is very helpful. The only rare it's not helpful is if you've got a character that you use specifically for farming that you need to keep at a certain level. If you're not careful, they'll keep leeching off the experience and then outlevel their usefulness, so you gotta watch that. But it's easy enough just to keep them in their own clan or just out of a clan completely. But I don't think extra skills were ever used. And then passive skills, they also come from your class skills, but they're passive, so they might, like this one that we'll eventually learn, the Nature's Essence, which increases your pet affinity, which means I'm not exactly sure like the technically how it works, but it's how well the fuse with your pet goes. If anyone wants to comment and school me on that, I'm not exactly sure what it does. I just know that it has something to do with fusing with your pet. Archers, the rangers, they have another skill somewhere within within their skills that helps them also fuse more with pets. Just as a general question to the audience, when was it decided in MMO world that archers would be the one to have the pets? Like, I guess I didn't really notice it with ESO. I didn't really play an archer as a main, but then later as I'm, like, oh, they've got extra, merging with their pets or whatever. And then also, like, I play a char in Guild Wars, and the rangers are the ones to come with the pets or have nature as. I just want to know, like, when did that start? Is that something, like, it's kind of like all dwarves use axes and elves are usually have bows and are smart and do magic. I mean, and then humans are just the tank classes. Is it just something that's accepted in lore that, I'm just curious, where did that start with? But anyway, enough of me rambling on. Let's go ahead and help Fel learn some of her skills. So you can see the ones with the arrows and that are blinking. That means these are available to level up. Some of these other ones might be bound to different level for my character. So yeah, this one you can see down at the bottom third line up. Character level has to be greater than or equal to 12. So I'm too low. Level that. I'm only 11. So, but I can learn these. So this first one is Void Fist. It's a Flora type spell, meaning that it uses to calculate how much damage it'll do. It's based on my Flora affinity. Thank you. So, I can actually learn some now. So I need to boost up my Flora, and I think she's also Pyros. Yeah, Flora and Pyros. So those are what my attacks will mostly be, are those two affinities. So this one is a Flora. And it deals 100% my intelligence damage with 19 Flora damage bonus. It's very interesting. Most, at least in my experience, most classes, their very first skill is a physical skill. So it's interesting to me that her first skill is magic based. Just kind of interesting. So it's just a basic skill. Costs 5 spirit to upgrade. You can see I've got 380 spirit right here. You get that from killing mobs or completing quests. There are also items you can use that will increase your spirit, which is almost necessary to learn some of your later skills. You'll never do it just, farming. I mean, it would take forever. So let's go ahead and learn it. Ta-da! So you'll see now it's over here, which means I can drag it over here. This is my home warp. Okay, I already have it down here. So now I've got it over here. So if I click F1, it'll attack. As you're watching, you'll probably hate how I arrange my bar. I like to keep like mounts and things down here. I keep my physical attack. I always keep these two in that part. Usually I'll put potions like in the second level, and then I keep all my attacks just basically over here. I don't need that. Over here. I've seen other people's setups and they'll have some of their attacks here, some of their attacks down here. I do switch it up for PvP. I'm not good at PvP, but even I know to have more of your attacks available by shortcut, or the different buffs and things available. Pots, definitely something you can just click on. Move this so you don't actually accidentally port home while you're trying to fight, because I will do that. I just spam everything because I freak out in PvP. So I'm a Care Bear. What am I going to do? Okay, but you say I can learn another one, but let's go ahead and learn her other skill. Aerial Dance. It's a self-blessing, which means it's a buff. Heal 40... Oh, did I know they healed? That's cool. Heal 41 damage for yourself and receive a Divine Parasite. So, okay, I was right. Remember when I was talking originally that they had to use some sort of item to cast some of their later spells. So that's what that is, the Divine Parasite. So now looking at this, I feel like such a newbie or just veil against my eyes. So the Hellions take damage or deal damage in order to use their attacks, and it sounds like the Mavens, you have to take damage to use their attacks. So they're kind of a counterbalance of each other, because you can see here, I have to be able to heal myself to get the parasite, which means I have to have taken damage. Now maybe, because you can heal yourself if you're completely healed, but let's find that out and see if that's, whoops. See, I can't drag it there because I didn't learn it yet. Do. Ding. Okay, I can't. Oh, now I can, since I learned it. Let's just check this out. Okay, so I was able to heal myself, but I didn't get a parasite. I'm going to guess it's because my bag is full. Okay, so we'll go do some bag stuff later. Oh, I've got some upgrades I can do. Okay, so I'm just going to... This is all I can learn right now, so let's just max out learning these basic skills. Later, it'll be more important for me to sometimes skip over upgrading so that I can learn a better skill. After a while, you know, I'm not going to go through them now. We'll just leave them as a surprise. But like I've been paying attention to a goon character I recently started. There are some that are either irrelevant now, some attacks or skills that are irrelevant. Either they were really PvP heavy, or, you know, they're just a heal or a weird buff that you don't really need. I'm going to go ahead and skip anything like that, or maybe just learn it once just so I can see what it looks like when you cast it or something like that, just so that we don't waste her spirit on things that are just useless.